President Bush will address the convention that night as well. Well, Democrats will hear from a former president at their convention later this month. Former President Bill Clinton will speak to delegates on the third night of the convention. That is the same night Senator Barack Obama's yet-to-be-announced running mate will also deliver a speech. Senator Hillary Clinton will address the delegates the day before her husband speaks. Well, time now for our news segment on 9 News Now. Several times a week, we're going to find out what's hot in the Washington Examiner newsroom. Today, we are joined by Patrick Gavin from the Yeas and Nays column. And Patrick, there's only one story anybody's talking about. John Edwards confesses that he, yes, did have sex with that woman. What do you think?
Well, you know, it shows he still has that politician's touch by dropping this news on a Friday. So he hasn't totally lost his political skill, as silly as this scandal is. I think what's most interesting about this situation is not so much the affair. Those details are either known or going to continue to come out. I think what a lot of people in Washington are talking about is, what does this mean for John Edwards' political future? Is he going to speak at the convention? I think that's pretty much a no at this point. But will his wife? His wife is adored throughout America and definitely in the Democratic Party, and she was a popular campaigner for her husband during this campaign and his presidential effort. So I think a lot of people are going to be curious to see if she'll play a role or not. So, you know, it's certainly another situation of a politician being felled by a sex scandal. Going forward, how this is going to play out in Denver for the Democratic Convention, how Barack Obama is going to react to this are all questions that a lot of people in Washington are going to be.
But I have a question for you, Patrick. Patrick, you're a newspaper guy. Once again, we here in the mainstream media scooped on something like this by the National Enquirer. This has been around for weeks, and none of us talked about it.
That's true. I mean, the National Enquirer is not exactly a place you would expect to break a lot of news, but let's not forget, they broke the news about Rush Limbaugh and the painkillers. They have broken some significant stories in the past. Now, granted, they have a little bit different ethics policies. They're allowed to pay people for information, which they did in this situation. You know, I think a lot of reason why journalists in Washington were hesitant to touch this is obviously out of, you know, I think a lot of sympathy for his wife. She is a beloved figure, and obviously this is something, given her health, that is not going to make her very happy. And so I wonder if a lot of journalists were hesitant for that reason.
That's probably part of it. Anyway, let's talk about something a little lighter, laughter specifically. In the White House briefing room, you've done a comparison between Dana Perino, the current spokesperson, and the late Tony Snow, who was known to be kind of funny.
That's true, and as you can probably imagine, Dana Perino is not as funny as Tony Snow. Every time there's a press briefing, the transcriber will write the words parenthesis laughter every time the briefing room laughs. And you know, Dana, when Tony Snow took over in the first 4 months, he had 330% more instances of laughter than his predecessor, Scott McClellan, and Dana Perino's now kind of back in that Scott McClellan territory.
Wow.
Now, you know, to her credit, yeah, it's a lame duck presidency. A lot of these top reporters are out on the campaign trail. Her briefings are shorter, but, you know, Tony Snow is a pretty tough act to follow.
He is indeed. And Patrick Gavin, so are you. We appreciate it. Patrick Gavin of the Examiner. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks very much.
All right, so are you looking for something new to do this weekend? Thousands of people are turning to a brand new website with hot ideas on things to do and places to go. It is called Metro Mix, and WUSA 9 is partnering with the site every Thursday and Friday at 5, plus Saturday mornings to feature fun happenings you might want to check out. Do you want to eat well on the cheap? Who doesn't? Metro Mix scouts out some of the area's best restaurant deals for both lunch and dinner, making both your stomach and your wallet happy. The White Garter Gala takes place this Sunday at Aria Trattoria in Northwest D.C. Enjoy live music, a fashion show, silent auction, and more. The gala benefits several local charities. And if you're a fan of jazz, Metro Mix is the place to turn. The site scouts out some of the best spots around town to hear the smooth sounds. All this and more can be found right now on dc.metromix.com, and keep checking back for more happenings throughout the weekend. Coming up next is tonight's Living Well report. Important new information for women trying to start a family. And the hot new workout that is the hula hoop. We'll show you why this low-tech toy is being celebrated around the world today.
I never could do that. Still to come, Redskins fans may bleed burgundy and gold, but can they speak burgundy and gold? Sarah Walsh introduces us to the language of the skins.
And I'm Tony Pan. I've got some good news as we head into the weekend. We'll show you the 7-day forecast in just a moment. But first, we'll take you to the break with a look at live Doppler 9000. We have it zoomed in on the city. A little shower passing through town right now. No big deal, but if you're watching in the city, you're probably going to get wet in the next 15 or 20 minutes. Stay tuned. The weather's coming up next.
pain relief.